What's next for the hydrogen aviation industry as a whole? Is the sky really the limit here for what hydrogen can do to transform the way we fly?
So what we see is related, yes, to answer that, I think hydrogen can. I think there are major opportunities to go and use hydrogen as a fuel, but we have to be also very aware that hydrogen in the future, we will compete for the hydrogen in the future as a fuel. So just to summarize this, I think hydrogen is the only fuel based on the numbers for the production and also dispersion. So the use of hydrogen, storage, and so on. Hydrogen is the only way to go and change the hydrocarbon world which we have today. And that is because hydrogen, to produce that hydrogen, comparing that to like synthetic air fuels, which need like CO2 removal from the air and also energy to do that processing, we see that the amount of energy which we need to produce that fuel, if we want to change in the next 20 years, maybe 30 years, we have to be aware that we have to take the most efficient process to take renewable energy and put that into a chemical fuel like hydrogen. So if we take the synthetic air fuel path, and that is something which is very convenient. Today, we just have synthetic air fuel. We do not have to change the gas turbines. We do not have to change all those storage systems. But at the end, what we see is that even a couple of points less efficiency in producing that will lead to tremendous investments on the renewable side and on the energy production side. So coming from the energy supply and the fuel hydrogen, we think that hydrogen is the only possibility to go really industrial scale. I'm not talking about like demo projects or like 2%, 3% of the aviation. So if we really want to change to get emission free or very low emission, then we have to go with hydrogen due to that advantage in the efficiency. Then a second part, what we see is that the technology like storing hydrogen, we started to look very deeply, vertically integrated into how to build those components. And we see that, I call it, the physics are not against us. So if we cope with basic physics rules, with basic technology building material rules, we can have hydrogen storage in an airplane. And we have shown that it is also possible to handle that hydrogen and the storage safely in the plane. So from that perspective, I'm very confident that we have a chance to build those hydrogen storage systems into the airplane environment. Now, coming to the electric propulsion and the fuel cells, we have a partnership, a very strong partnership with a European fuel cell maker. And what we see there is that I would call it not the sky is the limit, but almost we can double or 2.5 times more have more power out of those systems on a realistic 2 to 4, 5 years scale. So those systems running in the lab show us that by upscaling the systems, by putting hydrogen, efficient produced hydrogen from renewables into a storage system, we really can go into the megawatt scale. And with the 350 and the megawatt, we can change, I think, almost the half of the today's aviation in the next decade. It's just a matter of money, time, and engineering.